is over. Snap Inc., the parent of social media app Snapchat, opened for trading Thursday, soaring 41% above the $17 issue price. And you can see the stock chart here as of 11:30 a.m. Eastern Time. Welcome to your Wednesday lunch break. I'm Tanya Rivero. Joining us now to discuss all this is WSJ Heard on the Street columnist Miriam Gottfried. Miriam, thanks so much for being with us.
Of course.
There was a long wait between the opening bell and this moment. That's typical, but what's going on during that time?
Basically, traders are out there kind of adjusting their limit orders, and as long as they're still kind of moving these orders around, the stock can't open.
And that's just par for the course for an IPO?
It's par for the course for a hotly anticipated IPO. So it tends to be the more hotly anticipated, oftentimes the longer it can take for these things to open. What you don't want is something like Facebook, which had a big pause because there was something not working.
Right, that's what you don't want. So now they're at $24 a share, quite a bit above that 17 issue price. Can we expect it to remain this high throughout the day?
Throughout the day, but a day is a short amount of time. A day is something. But I think there's still so many questions surrounding Snap as a business that the stock could fall a lot from here. That's sort of my perspective on it. I think there's a lot of excitement about the IPO. We haven't had a big tech IPO like this since Alibaba in 2014. So there's a lot of money that kind of, wanted to be invested in this kind of a thing. And, especially with the great rally that we've had in the market so far this week, people are really exuberant.
I've got some money and I want to invest in it. So what is the main skepticism, though, about the Snapchat app? I mean, I don't use Snapchat. I don't know if you use it. So please fill us in.
I cannot pretend to be I am technically a millennial, but I cannot pretend to be hip enough to really be an expert on the app. But I think the appeal of it is, in a lot of ways, the fact that your parents and your grandparents are not on it.
Right.
It's sort of like, as a younger person, you can turn to Snapchat and talk with your friends. The messages disappear. Yeah. So there's no trail of what you're doing. You can do funny faces with your friends, and it's not like your grandparents are liking the picture and writing embarrassing comments on the bottom, like on Facebook.
And so does it have a huge pocket of users among young people? Is that area growing?
So that is the core user base. The 18 to 34 user base is the core user base for Snap, and probably even younger than that too.
Right, which sounds great to investors.
It sounds great to them because this market in particular is one that, people are worried about. Are they watching TV anymore? How, as an advertiser, am I going to attract that audience? And the thought is, I'll just go to Snap where all those eyeballs are and I'll advertise there, and that will be a huge source of revenue for Snap.
Right. So tell us, is this IPO being closely watched by some other tech companies who may be in the wings wondering if they should go next?
Definitely. I mean, there aren't a lot of tech IPOs in the pipeline officially right now. As we know, we have the $1 billion startup club here at the Wall Street Journal, which is all these companies that are private still, but are valued at over $1 billion. And there are a lot of those companies. And, given the fact that some of them might be kind of getting ready to think about an IPO, they're really closely watching Snap right now and kind of seeing, how does this go? Could we do this same thing?
They're probably liking what they see right now.
Yeah, I mean, because you have to remember, the IPO price, the $17, that's what goes to the people who are selling the shares in the initial offering. Right. So they did well, but they could have done even better, right? This 41% is money that they quote unquote left on the table. Right. So if you're one of these other guys waiting in the wings, you could say, maybe we could price even higher, or we could value our company even higher in an IPO right now.
Could this be the beginning of another bubble?
Well, I would say there is no way, and you can quote me on this in a year from now, that this company is worth as much as it's trading for right now.
We will quote you on that in a year. Okay. Miriam Gottfried, thank you so much for that.